Okay, we should be live. Let me just see my mic a bit. Hopefully everyone can actually hear me. Hello everyone. I don't know why I'm subbed here. See ya, man. Why didn't you even sub in the first place? I don't get it. Hello, Walter Russo, Astro Jit, Cyber Geralt. What's up? So I wanted to make this. Hangout video a bit, but I totally forgot that there is actually a Summer Game Fest, which is starting in about 20 minutes, I believe. Yeah, 20 minutes until the stream starts. So, due to the popular demand, I will be actually pulling up that stream when it begins. So, we're gonna be reacting to the games that do come out from this. I have no clue. I know did they just announce Mafia, like the trilogy remaster or the first game remaster? I don't know, but yeah, we'll see. Hello. I was kidding. Sorry, quarantine. Man, come on. Don't you be doing that. Hey, everyone. What's up? Oh, greetings from Thailand. Oh, greetings to Thailand. God, it's crazy to, like, to where this channel travels. Like, it's crazy when you think about all the people that watch you from all around the globe, and it's like, it's crazy. It's honestly insane. But yeah, it is time to admit that you're playing Chris Redfield in the new RE games, LKM. Sadly, no. I saw that image, like I saw the image of the new Chris Redfield model for Resident Evil 7? Was it 7? Yeah, he does kinda look like me, but not too much. They will demonetize you for streaming it, man. Will they demonetize channel? It depends, like which games, because I can actually check out which games they will actually follow. But yeah, it's always crazy when you have an event like that and they have all that copyrighted music and people are like, can you restream it? Can you do this? Can you do that? It's a gamble. It's honestly a gamble, but I don't like. Yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna do it and see what happens. When was your last known meal? My last known meal was about 5 minutes ago. Yeah, where was being streamed from Game. Yeah, Game Awards is streaming something in 18 minutes, and I'm gonna be pulling this up. It says showcase plus interview. So whatever it is, it's gonna be something. I don't know. Are you going to use a female or a male character when Cyberpunk 2077 comes out? I don't know. I think the first character I'm gonna try to. I usually model people either at how I look, if I'm able to do it in the character creation screen, because I was like, let me put myself in the game. Or I don't know, will I be playing a female? Yeah, I don't care much about that. I'll be changing that thing with every new class. So I might start with the male class of, let's say, a stealthy solo, then I'm gonna go to female netrunner. Yeah, why not? I wanna see how people react, because they said that people will react to gender, I guess. I don't know. We'll see how that is gonna pan out. What do you think they'll reveal? I don't know. They've been revealing so many games lately that it's like, it's even the reveal now. Is it gonna be an actual reveal, or is it going to be some gameplay, which is not gameplay? You know how it goes. But let's see. What's the next question? Do you play Stalker? Yes, absolutely. I made a couple of videos on Stalker. I was actually thinking of making a walkthrough of Stalker to see how it's going to do. I don't know which Stalker yet. I want to do the Shadow of Chernobyl or Call of Pripyat. So we'll see. Hopefully they show some Elden Ring soon. Yeah, there's a lot of upcoming games that people are looking forward to. Obviously, the number one is, at least for me, it's Cyberpunk 2077. But then there is a lot of other games that are coming with Xbox, the new Xbox, then the new PlayStation games, whatever. Yeah, I don't know what they're going to show, honestly. We're gonna check that out in about 16 minutes and hope to God that my channel is not going to be closed. Oh, that's gonna be fun. Yeah, showing non-gameplay. Yeah, that's the thing with these events, because sometimes they can be a bit of a disappointment, sometimes they can exceed all expectations. It really depends on what you want to see, but also I think more publishers, especially their marketing team, I think I don't think they understand the gaming community until the end. Hello, Ali. What's up? I was looking forward to the last night, but it's been dark for a bit. What's your favorite stalker? My favorite stalker is Shadow of Chernobyl, by far. You know, just the classic. You know, I know a lot of people didn't like Clear Sky for some reason. You know, it kind of it was a flimsy experience, but I really enjoyed Clear Sky. Hey, today is a little bit of an active day. Yeah, every day is active now. It's crazy because it's not even like it's the marketing campaign didn't even start for Cyberpunk 2077, and I'm killing myself with work. Imagine what's gonna happen when Cyberpunk comes out. So yeah, that's why I actually wanted to hang out a bit, you know, just talk a bit, maybe, you know, talk about some games, because I want to do these more. I think this is a really nice way to interact with the community, especially the community that follows you on a regular basis. It's amazing. Thank you for that. Is this a real game showcase or just a quick show intro announcement? Who knows? We'll check it out, see what it is. It's actually starting in 14 minutes and 38 seconds, so we still have a bit to... Have you ever played Yakuza? A bit. That's why I'm kind of excited about the new Yakuza, which was announced. I know the game is a bit over the top with everything, but it's so good because it captures that over the top thing that happens, you know, in the Japanese culture, especially if you're into manga or anime or whatever. It's just so cool. It's gonna be a 1 hour stream, I think. Yeah, something like that. I think 45 minutes to an hour. I saw their past streams. Like, I swear, I do a video, I go down, do some other stuff, blah blah blah, and I'm up, and they announced like 3 games already. So yeah. I hope George R.R. Martin is working close on Elden Ring as much as he does on Winds of Winter and Dreams of Spring books. Yeah, that's interesting. What accent is that? It's Bosnian. Well, it's I don't even know. It's me trying to speak English about that. Do you think that Cyberpunk franchise has a chance to surpass the GTA franchise in the next few years? No. And it's not even a question of, okay, this is GTA, this is Cyberpunk. GTA is a game with history. You have to understand that. You know, GTA has been around for a while. GTA 5 has been a goddamn success of all parameters. If you look at that game, sold a lot. That game sold a lot. So that's obviously why Rockstar is not going to release the next GTA, I think, anytime soon. I mean, it is coming out, but look, like GTA 5 is making so much money that it's insane. But yeah, if it has a chance, yeah, it has a chance. But it doesn't have to exceed what GTA is. Basically, if it just exceeds what developers actually wanted for the game, because that was the case with The Witcher. The Witcher 3 sold like crazy, you know. And when the Netflix The Witcher series came out, it kind of got popular again, like it was revived in a sense, because it's a good game. It needs to have a good foundation. Like Game of Thrones also had video games, but you didn't see those games popping after each season because they were... the Telltale one, yeah, but the other one, which was like trying to be an RPG, that was bad. But yeah, like The Witcher was that. The Witcher was basically that. So yeah, and it cannot be one title as Singh says. Sorry about my pronunciation of your name, man. Yeah, no way with one title. It's a long running franchise, and it's not even like, oh, is it gonna be more popular than this or that? It's certainly going to be popular. It already is. Like, geez, like the game is hyped like crazy. So yeah, I think it's gonna do. But you know, GTA is GTA. You know. You don't know. Oh, there's a lot of questions. All right, I'll try to get. I'm Bosnian too. What's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Do you like CS:GO? Yeah, I've been playing CS:GO from not CS:GO. I've been playing CS from 1.6. But not anymore. Not so much. I don't know. I don't see that much fun in CS anymore. I don't know. It might be just me, but I've been playing that game for so long, so many editions that no. And I was never trying to be some pro in CS, so yeah. GTA 5 free on... Yeah, that's a rumor that's been going around that GTA 5 is gonna be a free game on Epic. Can they do it? Yeah, they certainly can. Like, they can actually just buy those copies and give GTA, you know, free to people. I know there's gonna be so many people asking for that key if it's there. Let's see. May I ask a question? Yes, of course, negative history. Are you gonna be playing Cyberpunk with a controller or mouse and keyboard? Primarily mouse and keyboard, but if I get Cyberpunk on my console, on my PlayStation, depends, then I will probably, I'll have to play with a controller, but yeah. I don't know, I'm not really that good when it comes to first-person shooters with a controller, like at all. Like, when I play games on my PlayStation, it's primarily third-person games, and, you know... The show starts in about 10 minutes. Yeah, 10 minutes and 3 seconds. Let's see. Yeah, like obviously GTA is popular all over the globe for a very long period of time. And, you know, Cyberpunk is the first video game edition of that franchise. So, yeah. You're close to 50k subs. Yes, I am actually. You know, this channel is growing really nice, all thanks to you. I couldn't be more happy, honestly. I've been having a blast making these videos on a daily basis. It's so good. Like, I'm so pumped to bring you all the upcoming videos, especially when the Cyberpunk marketing campaign starts. That's when we're actually gonna go full on into it. That's gonna be great. Elix 2 or Elder Scrolls 6? Man, Elix 2. I mean, obviously both games, but Elix 2 is, I think, coming sooner than... Yeah, definitely coming sooner than Elder Scrolls, so yeah. If I had a chance to play it now, I would... Oh, man. Elder Scrolls 6. I would play Elder Scrolls 6 if it came out right now more than Elix 2, because it's Elder Scrolls. We haven't seen anything since Skyrim. But yeah, regarding Elix, I've been listening to what Piranha Bytes has been saying on the, because they have a little podcast they do every now and then. They have a little Piranha Bytes TV show, and they have been talking about how the development is going. Obviously, they're working from home, but everything is going according to plan, so it's not going to damage their future game. It's not going to delay it. Right now, they're working really well. Obviously, they said it's not the same as working together in the company, but they can actually manage to develop their next game relatively easy. The videos they do are in German, but they do post subtitles relatively soon on their new videos. It takes a while, but yeah, they do it. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, Elder Scrolls 6 is not coming soon. Yeah, there's a lot of questions Cyrus plays. I like a lot of games, so I like Call of Duty, of course. Your accent is good, man. You should listen to my Indian accent when speaking English. Man, it's, you know what's crazy? Because if you look at my first video, oh, my accent was so bad. It's all training. It's all repetition every single day or whatever. You try to pronounce the most difficult words, and I'm still practicing, you know. It's still not perfect, but I don't try to change my accent too much to be this or that. I like to keep this accent because, you know, it's unique, relatively. But I try to at least pronounce the words as best as I can. Otherwise, people won't. But it's just practice. Oh my God, we have a $20 donation. Thank you so much, Andrew. Hello to LKM, my favorite Bosnian YouTube game content creator. I enjoy your videos and thanks for your time and effort. Have some drinks on me. Thank you so much, man. You're a goat. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. A Negro? Oh, you're not. Oh, yeah, you're banned. You're banned. Yeah, man. You're banned. Don't say those words. Don't say those words here. Jesus Christ. Behave, alright? Am I Russian? No, I'm not Russian. I'm Bosnian. You and Neon Arcade are really cool guys. You really deserve all the success, man. You also have to remember Mad Queen. You have to remember the Triple S League. But thank you so much. Those guys have been working really hard to bring you the best Cyberpunk content and various other content. It's my honestly a privilege and my honor to be with those people and have a podcast and have everything and be a part of this community. It's insane because they're amazing content creators, all of them. Honestly. Have you been to Italy? Sadly, no. I wish to go to Sicily. I'm probably going to go when all of this calms down. You know, now traveling is a bit. I don't think I'll travel much this year, but next year, yeah. And there's also Cyberpunk. So from September, I'm not traveling anywhere. The only place I'm gonna travel is to the store so I can buy some food and go back to the house. Can we expect some news for Cyberpunk? Yeah, they already made. The Night City Wire is going in, what was it, 11th of June? So that's like that's when we're getting something new. It's already been out there, so yeah. Now this showcase event is starting in 5 minutes. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. What else? What else? Is it weird to want to ride the Night City Transit for hours? No. I'm gonna go and explore Night City as much as I can. You know, I'm gonna go as soon as I get into the game itself. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna explore everything. That's the first thing. I don't even care much about the story in the first hour. I'm just gonna go take it all in, see, like, because there is so much care that goes into making an environment, making a city, especially with the people and everything around you. It's wow. Yeah. You said it. What did I say? I was responding to that idiot's comment, which was deleted now, because those things are, I don't tolerate those things at all, like at all. You know, it's not a, maybe it's not, look, whatever you words have different meaning in different countries, whatever. I don't use them because it's an offensive word. I can't use them on the channel, and I won't use them on the channel. I can't let other parts of the community use those words, because I'm not, like, I want to build up a community of nice people, respectful people, and I don't tolerate that behavior. And that's why I'm glad that majority of you are amazing people, like truly amazing people, that I'm just so happy to be a part of this community. We have 4 minutes until the event actually starts. I love the accent when using English slang. It's amazing how phrases spread around. Yeah, I learned English from Cartoon Network, because I was watching that, from video games, from films, so there's probably some slang that I don't even know that is actually a slang and not used somewhere, that I just speak the way I speak. Even like some words that I say sound differently. It would almost be like I'm combining accents or anything, which might be true, like, I don't know. Someone actually told me I'm faking my accent for views. I wish I wasn't. I wish I had a fluent way of speaking English, but sadly I don't. Hear about Mick Gordon and ID Software? Yeah, that, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. It's always bad when, you know, you have internal problems in a studio, especially when key people are, you know, having problems. That can always have a huge impact on your game. So I'm sad. Your English is pretty fluent. Wouldn't worry about that. Thank you. I think different factions of Arasaka will be the most interesting part of the main story after Johnny. Yeah, like Arasaka is gonna be split. Now we don't know how much is it going to be split. It's obviously there is some mentioning of that in the Cyberpunk Red startup kit, but how that's gonna be interesting, because Arasaka had so much power before. They were on the top of everything, them and Militech. But whoa, now it's different, because, you know, their entire corporation was almost destroyed. The distribution lines were destroyed, and when they rebuild, obviously you're gonna have new players stepping in, and of course you're gonna have you know, fight for the balance of power from inside the company, which then, you know, divides. It's something we have in everywhere, even in the real life. It's not something just specifically for Cyberpunk. So yeah, new sub here. Welcome to the channel, my friend. Hopefully you have a nice time. What do you think we'll get in June? New gameplay. I hope so. A new trailer. Yeah, probably some new gameplay snippets. We see, because it's gonna be a whole event, that Night City Wire. It could be a radio station, TV station. I don't know how they're going to actually format that, but I definitely expect a trailer. Definitely. For gameplay, yeah, we've been you know, waiting for a while, but they said that that's only a tip of the iceberg. That June 11th. So everything from that is gonna be packed with, you know, marketing material, promotions, ads, lore stuff, whatever. But they have everything fleshed out, because keep in mind, they have to present this game to the audience. You know, not everyone watches the videos for Cyberpunk and knows what's going on. You have people that are like, what is this game? What is this game going to be about from gameplay style? That's why they made a deep dive, and that's why actually they showed how the game is going to play out with decisions, with everything. And I really hope they show the net a bit more, and they show the techie build, honestly, because I wanna see the techie build. I wanna see what I forgot the name of that robot. Flathead? What Flathead can do, actually. So I definitely want to see techie. Did the show start? 20 seconds. I'm gonna quickly do this and hope to God that my channel is not removed, okay? Let's see how this thing is gonna go. We got 8 seconds. All right, I'm not gonna play the sound for at least this loading screen doesn't go away, because usually they are copyrighted music. All right, play the future, May, August. Let's see. Hey, this is fun. This is actually fun. Showcase.
Hello, I'm Brian Karras, Technical Director of Graphics here at Epic Games.
Epic Games?
Hi, I'm Jerome Plateau, Art Director of the Special Project.
A few years ago, we got together as a team and brainstormed where we thought we could push forward state-of-the-art and real-time graphics. There were two key areas that stood out. The first, dynamic global illumination. Beautiful bounce lighting instantaneously.
I don't have to be constrained to do a game where the world has to be static, and I'm able to iterate a lot faster.
And we call this new system Lumen. We're about to show you what it is capable of. But first, there was another area that we thought we could push forward. Truly virtualized geometry. The artist wouldn't have to be concerned over poly counts, draw calls, or memory. We could directly use film quality assets and bring them straight into the engine.
And that's a big deal for artists. I just want to be able to import my ZBrush model, my photogrammetry scan, my CAD data, without wasting any time optimizing, creating LODs, or even lowering the quality to make it hit frame rate.
In the end, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, the video is not at sync. But that's not me. I'm just restreaming this.
Nanite. Here is the future of Unreal Engine running live on a PlayStation 5.
Awesome. Let's take a look at it.
What? Wow.
This has to be the right way.
This stream is broken. Their stream is broken. Oh my god. Whoa, man.
Before we continue, let's stop a moment and take a look at some of the key features of this demo. Much of what you see was built with Quixel Megascan assets, but instead of using the game versions, we used the cinematic versions, which would typically only be used in film. There are around 1 million triangles each, and thanks to virtual texturing, they all use 8K textures as well.
Wow.
Nanite can render an insane number of triangles very quickly. There are over 1 billion triangles of source geometry in each frame that Nanite crunches down losslessly to around 20 million drawn triangles.
Wow, dude.
What does that many triangles look like? This isn't noise. These are the triangles, each a different color. Most are so small that they look like noise. Nanite achieves detail down to the pixel, which means triangles are often the size of pixels.
Wow.
This amount of geometric detail requires shadows to be pixel accurate as well, and Nanite can do that too.
I don't know if this is a game or just a showcase of
all
the
of the lighting
tech.
in this demo is completely dynamic, with
It's
the
a
power
demo.
of Lumen that even includes multi-bounce global illumination. No light maps, no baking here.
Wow.
Without GI, all of that beautiful lighting is gone. With Lumen enabled, we can move the light and the bounce changes instantly.
Damn.
Okay, let's keep going.
This is impressive. Honestly, I know that it's probably gonna be, you know, ooh, it's a bit too
We've
loud.
made some great additions to our audio system as well. Convolution Reverb allows us to measure reverberation characteristics of real spaces, like actual caves that we sampled, and reproduce them in virtual spaces. Sound field rendering allows us to record and playback spatialized audio.
How about now? Give me a sec. It needs to load. Did I screw this thing up? I did screw this thing up. Why won't you... There we go. I just wanted to play. There we go. I increased the quality. Sorry about that.
This swarm of bats was created with our Niagara effects system. Particles in Niagara can now talk to one another and understand their environment like never before.
This is gorgeous. What the hell?
We've also added a ton of new functionality to run fluid simulations like you see in the water below.
Wow. So this is what PlayStation 5 can do. What's my internet speed?
The
80
demo
up,
runs on our Chaos
80
physics
down,
system.
40 up.
Here we are using it to accurately simulate the rigid bodies of the falling rocks and the cloth of her scarf.
Wow. This is actually impressive. Yeah, it looks like Tomb Raider, but... What? It's a demo, just a random demo, guys. For the tech. Or I might be a complete idiot. And it's not, but... This looks
Now that the
gorgeous.
environment is so
Wow.
complex, we've needed to greatly improve our animation systems to adapt. We've added predictive foot placement and motion warping, which dynamically modifies IK and body position to look more natural. For the character to more realistically interact with the environment, we've added the ability to trigger seamless contextual animation events, like her hand on the door.
Looks promising.
Wow. Did you see that hand?
Dynamic GI is amazing, not just for speeding up iteration, but also for its impact on gameplay.
Nice.
Any light
Looks-
source can move while
it
still
might
having
be.
beautiful bounce lighting.
Imagine
Dynamic
running
illumination
this.
means specular as well, which you can see on all the metal surfaces. You can even see the Niagara-powered bugs reacting to the light.
Wow.
Lumen not only reacts to moving light sources, but also changes in geometry.
Man. I hate these bugs ever since the Mummy film.
Remember we mentioned
Get
high
it,
poly
Franco.
assets? This statue was imported directly from ZBrush and is more than 33 million triangles. No baking of normal maps, no authored LODs.
Wow. So this is the future, guys. If you can run it.
And we can do more than a single statue. There are nearly 500 of that exact statue at the same
Yeah.
detail level placed in this room, for a total of over 16 billion triangles from statues alone.
This looks...
Over this entire
Wow.
demo, there are hundreds of billions of triangles.
Triangles, boys. Triangles. It's all about triangles. It's definitely been inspired by Tomb Raider.
So with Nanite, you have limitless geometry, and with Lumen, you have fully dynamic lighting and global illumination, all
Wow.
running on a PlayStation 5.
Yeah. Wonder the price of that rig. Yeah. Wow. You need to have a beast of a PC to actually be able to run this if it was on PC. PlayStation seems can run it. Wow. Tomb Raider with magic, but Tomb Raider was always sci-fi in some
There's not
sense,
much
with
time.
some elements, you know, of
And this doesn't need to be constrained to small rooms.
not even
It can
sci-fi,
stretch all
beasts
the
and
way
stuff.
to the horizon.
So yeah.
The portal. It's open.
Let's see.
Don't fail me now.
Oh. Jesus. Yeah, supernatural. Yeah, true.
It's time to see what's next.
So this is a demo. Alright. Why are always demos with the best gameplay. Just... Okay, something's going on. Unreal Engine 5. I'm an idiot. Yeah, it's goddamn beautiful. It's beautiful. I don't know. This is the future of video games.
There you go. The Unreal Engine 5 is real, and that was the first real-time footage of something running on the PlayStation 5 as well. Such a amazing day, I think, for gamers to get a glimpse at where games are going next. And now it's my honor to be joined by three guys from Epic to talk a little bit about today's announcement. Of course, we've got Tim Sweeney, Kim Library, and Nick Penwarden. Guys, thanks for joining me here virtually. This is a really big and exciting day. I mean, I think I just was so blown away when I saw this footage about what UE5 can do. And Tim, this is, I know, a special moment for you to have, put a 5 on this Unreal Engine. I remember the first time you showed me the original Unreal Engine. I think it was like 1996 at E3. At a Marriott Marina Del Rey, and I was looking back last night at like the old Next Generation magazine cover with like, can you believe this is what a PC screenshot of the original Unreal Engine, how far we've come.
Yeah.
Tell me, I mean, this is a big moment for Epic, but what does this mean to sort of the company right now to be able to, debut the first PlayStation 5 footage, but also, introduce, a new numbered version of Unreal?
Well, this really is a generational leap or more in technological capabilities, and the hardware that Sony is launching is absolutely phenomenal. Not only an unprecedented amount of graphics power, but also a completely new storage architecture that blows past architectures out of the water, and is far ahead of even the state of the art and the highest end PCs you can buy. And so, with Unreal Engine 5, we set out to build a new generation of technology that empowers creators to create photorealistic scenes that are indistinguishable from reality, and to do so with a very high degree of productivity, right? I mean, there are two problems in game development, right? One is the features needed to achieve complete realism, but the other big problem is just the cost and time it takes for an artist to create a major new piece of content for a next generation game. And so Unreal Engine 5 attacks both of those problems. We have the nanite system for virtual geometry, enabling sub-pixel geometry, which is imperceptibly different from the full high-quality assets, so the movie-quality assets that were originally scanned. Also, the Lumen, the real-time global illumination system, not only to bring unprecedented quality and lighting to the environments, but also to free artists from having to worry about the details of lighting their levels. And make all of these trade-offs in static lighting versus dynamic lighting. And so we're really trying to empower developers here, and to enable developers to create a new generation of experiences that are both
it's a demo,
unbelievably realistic, but also economical and practical for them to create without having to have a 1,000-person team.
Welcome.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at that footage, in 4K, I mean, just the level of detail is absolutely stunning. Kim, maybe you could break down a little bit of this, sort of visually what's happening that makes it look so incredible. Because I know you've got a couple of new systems that you're really proud of, and maybe talk about nanite and what that is and how it works and how.
I wonder how many games will be able to actually run this.
Okay, so nanite is a new geometry system for Unreal Engine that lets us get down to almost sub-pixel levels of detail on the screen. Right. It's capable. It's possible because we have a new generation of hardware that really allows us to put loads and loads of triangles at the screen. And we thought that we'd come up with a new technique that allowed us to be able to create content in a similar way to the way that they do on movies today. So in fact, when you look at that demo, all them assets, Nana is basically ingesting all the movie quality assets from Quixel to make that scene. And the artist doesn't even have to think about it. They can move rocks and mountains and statues wherever they want in the scene and not have to worry about triangle costs anymore. Lumen, the global illumination system that Tim mentioned, that just produces incredibly realistic and accurate bounce lighting. So wherever you place a light in the scene, its effect on the whole world is seen instantly by just moving things around. It's amazing.
Yeah, when I saw that demo, I was just so blown away by the visual fidelity, and also I think how much felt, at least to me as an end user, how much felt that so much of the environment was streaming in real time in so much detail, especially that sequence where she's flying through the environment. Mark Cerny has talked a lot about PlayStation 5 and the incredible bandwidth it's going to have to move data from the SSD right onto screen. Nick, can you maybe talk a bit about how that's sort of manifesting itself in this demo? I assume some of those improvements in PS5 are enabling types of things that just weren't possible in previous generations.
Yeah, so Nanite enabled the artist to build a scene with geometric complexity that would have been impossible before. There are tens of billions of triangles in that scene, and we simply couldn't have them all in memory at once. And so what we end up needing to do is streaming in triangles as the camera is moving throughout the environment. And the I/O capabilities of PlayStation 5 are one of the key hardware features that enable us to achieve that level of realism.
Yeah, no, it's stunning to see that, and I think also the global illumination. I think people have heard that concept before.
This looks nice.
But
this looks
now
very nice.
Really manifesting sort of in real time in that environment with the flashlight or some of the other lighting scenes. Can you guys maybe break down sort of from the gamer perspective, like how games are going to change because of the full global illumination?
Well, first of all, this enables a much wider variety of games to have very realistic responses to light. Everything from large-scale open-world types of games, with day-night cycles, being seamless transitions from indoor to outdoor. It's it makes lighting one of the things that the developers don't have to worry about, and it's a freeing technology. Not only does it mean more real-time lighting in games, but it also means there's a large set of problems that were very tricky in the previous generation that developers just don't need to worry about. And so I think you're going to see a much wider variety of types of games, taking advantage of Lumen and taking advantage of Nanite. And one of the core elements of every new generation transition is new hardware capabilities with an order of magnitude improvement over previous generations enable entirely new types of games to develop. The Battle Royale genre didn't even take off until the current generation, where you finally had enough computing and graphics power to enable a 100-player game with very, very high fidelity encounters. This new generation of technology that we're building with Unreal Engine 5 and that Sony's empowering with PlayStation 5 will enable entirely new types of game experiences that we can't even anticipate yet.
Yeah, there's been a lot of talk over the
Royale
past couple weeks
2.0
about the next generation and kind of will the leap be as great as previous generations? What are the types of things we're going to see? I think this demo, at least to me, is the first kind of real-time example of something that really grabs me. And I just wanted to confirm, like, what we're seeing there, that's all, like, you can actually play that with a controller? Like, that's not kind of frame dumped or anything? That's actually playable?
It's a fully playable demo, and we plugged in a recorder into the back of a PlayStation 5 dev kit and recorded the signal that came out over HDMI. So it's a totally live demo, and it's replayable, and it's a little bit different every time you play it.
Wow. No, because I mean that flight sequence, everything, that's what's so exciting to me is like this is real-time footage. So what do you guys think? I mean, when people say like, what is the leap of this generation going to be to sort of, previous generations from like PlayStation 3 to 4 and whatnot? Is it any different this time? Is it going to be greater, less, or we don't know yet?
I think the sense of immersion, one of the great things about playing games is you can transport it to places that you could never go in the normal world. This level of lighting and detail really gets you to a point where you're feeling like you're inside a movie set. Things are so realistic, and it's gonna aid the storytelling. I think that the sense of immersion, the feeling a player gets from actually visiting a space will be much deeper than you've ever seen before.
That's true.
And the ability of the hardware and the engine to stream in massive amounts of content as you're going through a huge environment, I think that's going to have a much bigger impact on gaming than people are expecting right now. Until this next generation of hardware, previous generation console games had to be built to load data off of a spinning mechanical device, right? That has its roots in the 1950s, and now Sony's storage system is absolutely world class. Not only the best in class in console, but also the best on any platform, better than high-end PC. I think this is going to enable the types of immersion that we only could have dreamed of in the past. the world of loading screens is over, and the days of
We'll see about that.
pop in and geometry popping up as you're going through these game environments are ended, and the resulting effect is the ability to build games that are fully immersive from start to finish over hundreds of hours of gameplay if that's your game.
Yeah, no, incredible what I think this is going to enable. We've talked a lot about PS5. We know obviously Unreal Engine runs kind of across all platforms, including mobile and PC and Xbox, of course. What's your take on like what you're showing here? How is that going to scale to other systems? Like this demo we're seeing, is that will that run on the Xbox Series X? Will it run on PC? How will it be different? Can you guys give us some context on that?
Valid question. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Unreal Engine 5 is going to run across all of our supported platforms, next generation console, current generation consoles, as well as mobile devices. One of the key features that we've been working on is being able to build content once and deploy it across devices. So on higher end hardware where we can support Nanite directly, we'll be able to render scenes at the fidelity that you just saw, like on PlayStation 5. For, say, an Android or iOS mobile device, what we will be able to do is have tools that help to scale that content down so that you'll be able to take the game that you built at the highest fidelity level for console and bring it to all other devices.
Tim, do you have a sense between like sort of all the like Xbox, PlayStation, all these other systems, like sort of they've made somewhat different choices, also some similar ones, obviously with SSDs in both. Do you have a sense of how they're going to sort of compare in terms of power, or how you look at sort of like the overall landscape?
Well, we love all of our babies, and we can't make comparisons or pick favorites. But the Nanite technology we showed here is going to run across all next generation consoles and high-end PC.
High-end PC.
And most importantly, this is what's possible in the absolute best hardware that's going to exist, at the end of the year. But these experiences you build, we will help developers scale down to every device that exists in the world, and we really hope to empower all developers to do what we've done with Fortnite in this generation, which is build absolutely no sacrifices high-end console game, and then bring it to every device, including scaling it down to iOS and Android devices from years ago, so that
That's true,
you can reach a much larger audience of gamers than just the hardcore
it's everywhere.
200 million console players in the world.
It won't be on
So
Steam.
Kim, I know a lot of gamers around the world watched that footage and said, wow, I want to play that, but I'm sure they're also trying to kind of extrapolate out of that, since it's this is not a game, it's a demo. How their games are going to feel different in the next generation. And one of the things that I really took away from it was that flight sequence at the end, which was just incredible, and with the sort of the rubble coming down and things moving. Could you maybe talk about sort of how the game experience might change with UE5? Sure, it's going to look visually more beautiful, but how is it going to play different?
So traditionally on this current generation, if you wanted to make a photorealistic environment, the way that people do that is they bake lighting into the environment. The problem with that means the environment is not dynamic. You can't move things around. You can't incorporate user-generated content because you don't know what it is prior to shipping your game. But with this technology, with the Lumen technology and Nanite, it means that worlds can be super rich and super dynamic. So not just destructible components, but mutating components and things that change beyond the release of the game. Every
is
day,
on PC.
An environment could have grown and changed, and that can all be calculated live.
And does that extend to like, I assume like destructible environments and whatnot, and allowing people to sort of, really like just, that sequence in the flight where you sort of, saw the sort of tower crash down or whatever. That felt to me, I just hadn't seen that level of detail in a game like that. And some games like Uncharted or whatever sometimes have big destruction moments, but it felt like that was so detailed and so realistic. Is that partially because you can now move the environment more in real time?
Yes, and even effects like when we open that big dome where all the statues are, the light just floods in and bounces all over the place. You really, the way you would have had to do that in the past is you would have to cheat. And now it can be fully dynamic. You can blow a hole in the sky and the light will come through, and even choose randomly colored lights. If you put them into the scene as a player, then they're going to have an effect on the whole world and it'll still look realistic.
So in the past, you could get that effect, but it would have to be sort of pre-calculated, I guess? Is that how it
Yeah,
worked?
yeah, exactly. And even if you want to, like, if you're saying you're in a dungeon and you place a light, you see you've got a candle that you happen to have in the game, and you place it, that will bounce around corners. So you can explore with limited light sources. And the old-fashioned gag of having a flashlight beam isn't what you need anymore. You can actually use light in really interesting ways.
True.
Yeah, and even beyond games, Unreal Engine has been applied to so many amazing aspects of entertainment. Of course, I think everyone knows The Mandalorian, how that used Unreal Engine, and there's the Weather Channel. I mean, there's so many other uses of UE. Can you guys talk about how sort of UE5 is going to kind of tie into those experiences? And I think I assume you see this convergence of kind of everything coming together.
You're not gonna see
through
the
an engine
device.
like Unreal in terms of just realizing entertainment. How will UE5 sort of be used in those fields, or how will that change the pipeline for non-game experiences too?
Okay.
So one of the great things about Nanite is that it finally allows content creators of all kinds to be able to use movie quality assets. So there really won't be a difference. If you're building an environment for a film versus a video game, or you're making an IP that's transmedia, you can build things the same way now. And that was we had so much exposure to film customers over the last few years using our engine that we really wanted to remove the barrier for them and for all game makers. Right now, you pick a high resolution asset you want, you load it in, you don't have to think about making levels of detail or normal maps or any of the usual stuff that goes with making game content. It's a pretty freeing experience for anybody trying to tell a story or to make an experience.
That's amazing. So, in the eyes of a consumer, like, you'll see an asset that's in, a movie, and that they literally can drag that over to the game now. Whereas I guess in the past they would have to sort of, reduce down the polygons and kind of scale it down for a game engine.
Yeah.
And in fact, actually, Quixel, that's also part of Epic. Their assets, they come when you take an asset from the Quixel store. There is a movie quality version that would be used in movies. I guess they were involved a lot in the Jungle Book movie a few years ago, and many movies today use Quixel assets. And they also have
because of
versions
DCP
of them assets
format
that are suitable for games. Now, you don't have to have that distinction. Nanite will just take the movie asset and do the right things with it.
Wow.
One of the things I know when you guys moved to UE4, a lot of people, were worried
basically
about,
games and movies
breaking
now.
some of the pipeline of things that people had done previously. And it sounds like
crazy
with this engine,
how
you're
far
saying
we
it's going to
came.
be kind of a pretty seamless transition to UE5, right? That's important for you, sort of have the forwards compatibility?
Yeah, absolutely. We want to support developers bringing their games from UE4 to UE5, and in fact, we will be doing that ourselves with Fortnite. So we will be shipping Fortnite on next generation
I'll answer your
console
questions
on,
as soon as this is done.
UE4, and then next year we will be bringing Fortnite to UE5 as well. So we'll be testing out that experience of bringing a game along from UE4 to UE5 and making sure the transition is manageable.
At least
Wow.
I'll be interested to see it.
Fortnite
Won't
obviously
play
is
it.
such a phenomenon, as you mentioned earlier, Tim, with battle
No,
royales.
movies don't
but
run in 24
also, I feel like
anymore in
Fortnite
Max.
has turned into
That's
really
being
kind of this metaverse-like platform
slowly.
where we're seeing kind of different experiences powered by Unreal. And I was wondering if you guys could talk a bit about that, because I look at the Travis Scott concert and I see that as an amazing experience, but it sort of was an interactive music video in a way. And then you watch the YouTube video for his new song, it's actually just what was in
Don't play that
Unreal.
song, please.
How do you see all the sort of worlds of entertainment combining, Tim, longer term? And obviously, based on what Kim was saying, it's now going to be even easier, I guess, for the assets to move. But from an experience standpoint, do you see kind of a blending of games with more traditional entertainment?
But this was
powered by
impressive.
Unreal?
I mean, yeah, it was.
Yeah, absolutely. All of these worlds are colliding right now in real time. We're seeing the sort of film production that's being done on The Mandalorian and other projects all around Hollywood, film and television.
Fortnite UE5.
Yeah,
Confirmed.
being able to move directly to games in the future. Right now we've brought Marvel content into Fortnite and Star Wars content into Fortnite, and each of those processes started with rebuilding their movie quality assets for real time, using our tools. But in the future, this is going to be an exercise to build every asset exactly once and then deploy it everywhere. And the future isn't just going to be about Unreal Engine serving a bunch of separate markets. We're helping architects visualize their creations now, and that's awesome. We're helping film and television makers, virtually produce their work. in real time, with actors in front of and actresses in front of cameras and big LED screens instead of green screens, and it's making the production process much more efficient, real time, and higher quality. But in the future, all of these assets are going to come together, and Epic's not going to just play a role in supplying creation software to all of these different industries. We're going to help everybody reach consumers with real-time 3D content. When General Motors released their Corvette car configurator for the 2020 Corvette, it was powered by Unreal. It was running in the cloud, and you could go there and you could configure your car.
This is
right
the
then.
boss.
But that was disconnected from the rest of the gaming world. The next step with all of those types of experiences is to enable them to author that content for all their internal work, whether you're designing a home for a customer as an architect, or you're designing a car, or you're building a television series.
It's really tech-oriented.
The next generation of these experiences to be bringing all of those assets directly to gamers in a fun way, deploying them into Fortnite and every other Unreal Engine licensee's games, being able to reach a vast consumer audience that way, right? It's like it's like the transition that the world went through in the early days of the internet, and then social media. For a while it was just companies talking to customers one-on-one, and now you have the ability to reach customers directly through your Facebook page or your Twitter page, your Twitter account, or anything like that. But the next generation of these experiences is not just text and video. It's real-time 3D. It's a social experience where players are together with all of their friends and experiencing all of these companies' content together in real time. And it's a world that's not going to be powered by advertisements that pop up and annoy you. It's a world that's going to be powered by awesome content that these companies make available to power your entertainment experiences. And
what?
We're blazing this path to some extent with Fortnite, but there will be a lot of other games heading in this direction, a lot of them powered by Unreal Engine. And I think this is the next step in the entire digital content industry, not just gaming, but the whole thing.
I couldn't agree more. It's so exciting to feel that games
Sounds
are going to be
good
at the center
on
of
paper.
this. But as you said, I think this those shared experiences that you're having in Fortnite, even a concert experience. There's no gunplay or combat involved. It's just a shared kind of experience, which is so compelling. And as you said, powered by Unreal. And then when you think of, as you said, those movie assets and all the other assets coming together in a world, it's really exciting. One thing I wanted to ask you about was the content creation path, because we've seen a lot, especially in Fortnite, with creative mode and a lot of fans of Fortnite starting to build levels, and obviously UE, you guys I think have really focused on kind of making it accessible, lowering the royalty rates for kind of upstart developers. Can you maybe talk a bit about sort of the your vision of kind of how easy it is to build something in Unreal? I mean, are we going to get to a level where it is sort of like a Photoshop where you can kind of just jump in and build a game, or what is that barrier to entry going to go down in the next generation?
Okay, let's see this.
Epic is working to address the whole range of content development scenarios, all the way from your AAA game developer or your feature film in Hollywood being produced using world-class photoreal assets, all the way down to indie game experiences and content creation for 100 million people who want to build stuff but aren't professional modelers and haven't had training in that. And the continuum of experiences spans Fortnite Creative, which has been used by
You want me to continue this, or do you want me to
Unreal Engine 4 and the
because I don't know what's going to happen.
An insanely powerful piece of software that's actually pretty complicated to learn. But over time, these tools and technologies will be coming together in some exciting ways, and we're not ready to talk about all of it yet. But Epic is really thinking about and putting a lot of effort into addressing the entire continuum of content development and content deployment scenarios. And we feel that the state of the world is a little bit broken right now. If you look at the app stores on smartphones, you have 250,000 games, each competing for the top 10 charts, where virtually all of the sales occur. And you have a small number of winners and a whole lot of losers in that way. And it's not a fair situation for game developers. And you have a lot of amazing games that just get lost because they haven't been discovered.
Well, that's with every industry.
More and more we want to enable content creators to reach the audiences within existing games. Yeah. And this has been part of the industry since the days of Quake and Unreal Tournament, when user mods became possible, and we and id Software released our first tools so the community could start building their own stuff. And now it's reached a scale of hundreds of millions of users. If you look at what Fortnite is doing, and Minecraft and Roblox enabling user content creation. But I think right now you have two separate worlds, right? You have the professional tools of Unreal Engine and Unity, and then you have the tools for the masses in Fortnite, Minecraft, Roblox, and they're really not connected anymore. They're not connected at all. And the next step is to cross over and to enable all of the content tools to reach all of the customers and all of the ways that they play games. And this is something we're thinking a lot about.
We can jump in and make
we're doing
something.
a lot of work on in the coming years.
It's awesome to hear.
Are we done?
We've talked a lot, obviously, about like graphics and lighting and
This
things
was
that
nice,
are,
but
very powerful and visual that
they're
that
kind of
grab you.
repeating themselves.
But I want
here.
to talk about the underlying architecture a little bit and things, especially like online services. And I know that's something that Epic has focused on, about kind of connecting people, even crossplay, but also finding ways to kind of bring communities together. And I guess some of that's tied to UE5, but also it's just a general platform approach. But can you maybe share a bit on kind of your vision on the other aspects of Unreal and Epic and how that's going to sort of evolve over the next few years too?
Oh, sure. Today we're showing Unreal Engine 5 for the first time, but we're launching the Epic Online services to all developers in the world across 5 platforms right now. And you can download the Epic Online Services SDK and use it right away. What this is the set of all of the online features that we built for Fortnite, including cross-platform friends that span 7 platforms, enable players to connect together with all of their friends everywhere. Despite the different account systems and friend systems that exist on each platform.
How about security?
On the console platforms and on Steam. And we're opening it up to all developers for free. And the goal here is to help all developers work together to accomplish what we accomplished with Fortnite, and to build a cross-platform social ecosystem together with all of the other developers in the industry, right? Instead of players being siloed into the one platform they're playing on, we want them to be able to reach all of their friends everywhere, but also build up friends across multiple games. And that's the really interesting thing about the Epic account services that we're launching. If you choose to use Epic accounts in your game, then you can reach the entire Fortnite player base, which is over 350 million accounts worldwide. And more importantly, it's 2.2 billion social connections between players. When 2 players become online friends and start playing together, those friend connections now persist across games, from all of the different publishers who choose to use these services. And so, it's the most open set of services that have been launched to date, and it really helps to bridge the gap that's existed on all of the other platforms. And until recently, it was really only Epic, EA, Activision, the really big companies with a huge set of development resources that had the capability of building that sort of thing.
He doesn't even
now
mention
this is open, and it's approved by all 3 of the console makers for use on their platforms, and it's ready for all game developers to adopt. And so we're really trying to help the industry get to a better place. And we think the core of the game industry are these 300 million hardcore gamers across high-end PC and console. But there are billions of gamers worldwide, and I think the next stage of the industry's growth is going to come from connecting these audiences. Not with.
It's not a bad showcase. It's not, but it's tech. It's tech showcase.
All the players to play together.
It's not a game showcase.
All developers to release their games on
too
all
much
platforms, as we did with
tech oriented. Way too much.
Yeah,
it's boring
I
for
think
a lot of
that's
people. Of
such
course,
an interesting idea that these gaming platforms almost become it's another social network now, right? And I know you guys have House Party that's been very successful over the past few months, especially. But it feels like now you talk those numbers with Epic Online Services, it starts to feel like this is a Twitter or a Snapchat or an Instagram, and sort of this way to kind of connect people. Is that part of your longer term vision, is that people will use sort of these game services as kind of a gateway to connect with people, and games are a part of it, but also just the larger sort of social graph will be kind of the gateway to it will be through a game engine?
Well,
I guess not.
What we're building here is the opposite of a walled garden, right? We're enabling all publishers to use all of their different account systems and connect using these services. And we're working with all of the different console makers and other platforms and services to help interconnect them. The most interesting thing about this is if you start playing Fortnite on PlayStation and then you want to play the game on the iOS device, on iOS you can log in with your PlayStation account, and then you get all of your PlayStation progress transferred over. If you start playing on PC, then you create an Epic account. Then if you go to Xbox, then you can log in with your Epic account on your Xbox. And so this isn't a walled garden. Rather, it's an attempt to connect all of the different services, some of which have different degrees of openness. And I think that's really going to be freeing for the industry. It's going to mean that everybody can talk to everybody else, and there's no one company controlling the whole thing. Rather, it arises as a result of the cooperation between all of the different companies in the ecosystem, who finally realized that they can grow better and build better businesses if, instead of trying to let players into their platforms, they enable their players to connect with all of their friends across all platforms. Because we have a lot of devices in our lives, and everybody who has an Xbox or a PlayStation also has an iPhone.
New
or an
Fortnite
Android
confirmed
device.
among people.
To really enable the next generation of industry growth, we've got to be able to connect all of these users with all of these friends and set aside kind of the old feuds that defined previous generations of the console business.
Feuds.
With everything you're describing, I think of a show like The Mandalorian, which we all watched and loved, but all those assets are there. I mean, nothing prevents them now from building kind of an interactive experience, I guess, around that they could power with something like Unreal. And maybe it's a game, but maybe it's just sort of this shared experience. And it feels like the visual fidelity now that these next gen consoles will bring. I mean, based on what you were saying, Kim and Nick, it's like, are things going to look just like movie visual effects? Like, what are the things that I guess real-time games can't do still that we get to see in some of these other shows?
I think we're getting much closer on this generation to get to the
These
point
guys
where
drag
we're
out
not gonna be able
content
to tell
more
the
than
difference
I do,
between
man.
the virtual world and the real world. There's still physical phenomenon, big, massive explosions.
Yeah, he has a great setup, of course. He's the host.
Waves crashing on a beach. I think they're still probably one generation off before they're perfect. But we're getting closer and closer. And one of the coolest things that we've seen with the advent of shows like The Mandalorian starting to use the engine.
Look at that chair,
They're
man.
beginning to understand that a game engine isn't just about
leather
rendering
chair.
pretty real-time pixels. They're understanding that game engines, especially Unreal, is built for building these very immersive simulated worlds. So we're seeing people say they've got a car chase in their TV show that they're trying to make, and they'll actually drive cars with steering wheels and joypads to race against each other and then film that after the fact. So it's starting to become very almost like very Matrix way in the way that they're using simulation for cinematic content creation. And I think that's just going to get more and more common. And as they start to rock the potential of what real-time interactive entertainment is about, I think you're going to see traditional storytellers making the move into video games, and I think and backwards and forwards. I think you're going to see this very, very fuzzy world where it's just entertainment. You're building an IP. It can be a game. It can be a TV show. It can be all of these things, and it's going to be a pretty exciting decade.
And I'm sure some people saw
needs
that,
to be good first.
The showcase that you guys just showed, the demo, and everyone's like, I want to play that game. But we should clarify that's not a game, I don't think, right? It's just a tech demo?
It's a tech demo. Yes. No, we feel it's the best way to present, especially something that was built for the game.
Tech demos are always
is to show something
best
within
possible
the context
games
of
that are never
gameplay.
made.
So, and it also means we wanted to improve some animation systems in the engine. So it was much better to actually have a world that you can walk through, play, jump, whatever. Keeps it real. Or
if you love something, don't make it exclusive.
It's real gameplay. That's what we like to see.
That's what it says.
Actually play through that. And again, it just blows me away when you see that final sequence at the flight, and that's the kind of thing that I think we've all been waiting for, is to see that glimpse of where games are going next. So it's really exciting to see how you guys keep pushing the technology to the next level with UE5. And I know it's going to be next year, you say. So we'll see some next gen games this holiday shipping on brand UE 4.25, I think, right? And then next year is when we'll see UE5. Is that right?
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. We're planning on having a preview of UE5 available early next year, and then shipping the full 5.0 later in the year.
Yeah.
Exclusivity
and I
is a
imagine,
whole.
you know, characters will also improve. I know you guys have done
Depends,
a lot
man.
of work there
Depends.
with sort of, you know,
Really
character
depends.
technology. We already talked about with Nick, you know, the
Exclusivity is
idea
not
of, you know,
generally
streaming
good.
more into the
Generally.
environment, you know, no load times, as Tim mentioned. I mean, these are other things that I guess are going to, you know, sort of impact the game experience. But are there other dimensions that you think, you know, the next generation will sort of evolve to with UE5? I mean, I think the character stuff feels like to me another area
we've
where,
seen this.
you know, we're
This
not
is
quite
cool.
the same as
This is
you know,
actually really
movies
cool.
yet in terms of character technology, but
Like,
I'm
wow.
sure you guys are pushing on that too.
I'm very confident. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Tim.
This is just the tip of the iceberg here. You know, we've shown digital humans technology in the past, but you know, Epic and the 3Lateral team that recently joined us are going to be pushing that to entirely new levels, not just in graphics fidelity, but also in productivity for content creators, so that, you know, a developer without a huge budget can build digital humans that are world class. We have a lot of investments going on that you'll hear about over the coming months and over the next year. You know, also at the core of this, this isn't a big open world demo, but open world technology and enabling worlds without bounds is the key initiative that's uniting all of this. Virtualized geometry is one part of it. Global illumination with
It's still
Lumen
the
is
same
another part
thing.
of it. But ultimately, this comes together to empower, you know, huge streaming seamless environments, and that
course it's
creates
gonna
an
promote the
entirely new
company.
direction for games to go.
Yeah.
And remember, this is not just a graphics engine, right? It's a full simulation engine. It aims to power every aspect of simulating a realistic environment, including
But it's
very
cool.
detailed
The new Unreal
physics,
Engine.
vehicles and collision and
But they drag
destruction
this
and
out.
everything else.
Jeez.
I think you will see a qualitatively different set of games built for the new generation than what we have here. And it's going to be very exciting because we don't yet know exactly what they're going to be.
And how does you know, you guys mentioned Fortnite moving to UE5 next year? Like, I mean, how is this going to impact, you know, Fortnite, do you think, in terms of like the game?
At least
you know, with
something
UE5?
different. A
Sure, you don't wanna
different question.
Spoil much, but it's like just technically, sort of like, is that going to enable the game to evolve too?
Okay.
Well, it puts a vast amount of additional new power in the hands of all of the creators.
What a
who build
Fortnite channel
Fortnite,
now, boys.
both within Epic and, you know, the 100 million or so outside of Epic.
Yeah.
It's going to be very interesting to see where this enables the game to go in the future. I think what we have now is a very, very small fraction of what the game will be in the future, and you know, it's going to be very exciting to see the Fortnite team evolve it.
Gabe is interesting.
and
Not
have
gonna
all this
lie.
new
When
power
he
in their
speaks, he can
When
pull
I
off
see
some
it
jokes.
as,
You know.
it's a game, but it also feels like a platform in a way that it's enabling, you know, these other, you know, there's battle royale game, but there's creative, and obviously we've started to see, you know, other experiences with music artists and whatnot around it. So it feels like it is this, you know, this beachhead to sort of a bunch of other content. Is that how you view it? As sort of this, you know, sort of this? I mean, people have used the term, you know, sort of metaverse, but is that sort of the longer term vision? Is that Fortnite can sort of grow to wherever creators want to take it?
Yes, it can.
Yeah,
Watch
you know,
the answer.
they define a platform as an ecosystem in which most of the content is not created by the company
Sick.
that operates it, right? And I think if you look at Fortnite today, it's not that, but anything's possible in the future. I think that's a very interesting direction for the whole game business. Every game developer is thinking about this problem of how to not limit their experience by the 10 or 100 or 1,000 people on their development team, but how to uncap the entire world's creativity to enable an entirely new generation of game experiences to be developed in an entirely new way.
Yeah, well, I think
I had to put
UE5
my phone
obviously
to
shows
charge.
the high end of the aspiration
Please
for
don't, like,
everyone
bye.
to,
I don't wanna
build
hear
and
about
be able to
Fortnite
maybe make. And
anymore.
yeah, that demo is absolutely stunning. Before we go, I wanted to ask you, like, that demo, how long did it take you guys to build? How many people worked on it? Can you give us a sense of, like, you know, how that came to life?
Well, we started thinking about it.
What did I miss?
After GDC was when we started thinking about it. We knew Brian's nanite technology was beginning to come online, and but the bulk of the work, I would say, the bulk of the work started from sort of September through to March, and I think the team, it probably peaked over this, but I think it was about 24 people that worked on the project overall, and with a bit of help from our friends at Quixel. If it hadn't been for the Quixel Megascan library, we couldn't be able to populate that.
Yeah,
world.
Quixel is
Yeah, well,
impressive.
I'm sure everyone looks at that
Very
and says, I want to
impressive.
play that game, and I know we're not necessarily going to get it, but it hopefully will inspire a lot of creators around the world about what will be possible.
This game?
With UE5 and also the next generation systems. So, I feel real excited now about what we're going to get to see for the rest of the year for all these next gen games, and of course into the future. Thanks as always for joining me, guys. It's great to see the first look at UE5 and hear about where Epic's going. And the future looks quite bright. Thanks, guys.
Cool. Thank you.
Is that it? Okay. Whoa. Nice. Is that it? Please don't tell me that's it. Is that it? Was that it? Is that the end of the live stream? I guess so. I guess this is the end, is it? Am I an idiot? Okay, thanks for watching. Okay. This was a very copyright-friendly stream, not gonna lie. I guess that's it. Alright, we're gonna come back to this. Yeah, that's it, boys. That was Epic Showcase. Why don't they just... They need to start mentioning the name of what company is going to do what. Honestly, guys. Alright, now... God damn it, there's been a lot of questions, but this was... At least I made it a bit more fun to watch, okay? Now, somebody asked like a while ago which gaming company changed the gaming industry a lot. I would say Valve. Obviously, their games, their launcher, Steam, it revolutionized the industry and how we purchase games in the first place. The age of digital revolution began, in a sense, for gaming industry at least, with Steam. Well, with Valve and Steam in general. So yeah, the Mafia screenshots. There's also that. I know Mafia has been has revealed something. Mafia, not that Swedish house Mafia, but Mafia. So Mafia Trilogy, May 19th. I obviously can't play the trailer just off of that, but it seems that we are getting... Is it a trilogy, guys? Is it a trilogy? Yeah, there is Half-Life, there is CS. Like, CS gave Half-Life, the people who first modded CS into Half-Life, because I still remember I used to run CS from Half-Life. That's how you start the mod, so you can play CS in the first place. Tag you for the screenshots. All right, let me just check it out. Wow, I'm gonna share this. Okay, I'm gonna share this here. Wow. Oh my god. This is a goddamn remake. This is a goddamn remake I want to see. Exactly. This is it. This is it, boys. I enjoyed Mafia 1 so much, but let's face it, the graphics are outdated now. But this couldn't have been, like Mafia 2, my favorite game in the franchise. Mafia 1, an amazing classic. Mafia 3, not so much. So I'll be able to play Mafia 1 Definitive Edition. Yes, please. Yes, please. I'll play it. Yeah, so it's insane. Yeah, Mafia 2. Yeah, what the technology they showed with the new Unreal Engine 5 is honestly insane. Like, not gonna lie, it looks gorgeous. The Illumination they posted it. What was the other tech that they said it 500 times and I forgot about it. It looks nice, and I guess they want to connect Unreal Engine with everything. So with assets, you can just take one asset for a film, push it into a different medium, let's say a video game. It's gonna be nice. You don't have to bake the light into stuff anymore. It's all gonna be dynamic. So yeah, I like the engine, and I don't really hate Epic. Like I don't like Epic Launcher. That's the truth. I don't like their move to make some games exclusive, especially games that were supposed to come out on Steam first. I don't like that, but Unreal Engine, let's face it, it's one hell of an engine. It's a really good engine. It's an amazing engine. A lot of games Like, especially this thing now. Like, obviously, I don't expect this level of quality in all of the games with the new Unreal Engine, but at least, you know, it's getting somewhere. And you might say, like, oh, how much strain is that going to put on your PC or consoles or whatever? It is going to put a strain, but as technology moves forward, it gets more optimized. So your hardware is able to run things that look gorgeous much better than before, because now it's much more optimized for new hardware, for even older hardware. So in a sense, look, it's just the future. Obviously, they have to push games to a certain point, and especially because someone was saying, like, are you really able to run this on a new PlayStation, new Xbox? Yeah, might be, because I mean, it also depends from how well developer makes a game, but the consoles have to be pushed. Let's face it, there had to be a jump, because PC has been going really too far ahead of everything, of like PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, but obviously those things are old. They came out ages ago. But that's why the new generation of consoles has to be this huge jump. It has to be. There is no other way for them to make it competitive. And to have it a good price, honestly, I don't mind that. I'm not exclusively a PC gamer or a console gamer. I like playing on everything that I enjoy playing on. So if it's going to be my mobile device, if it's going to be something different, if it's going to be PlayStation, I really don't mind it. Obviously, I play the most on PC, but that's because I got used to mouse and keyboard. Before, when I was growing up, I used to play in PlayStation 1. I was really good with a controller. Nintendo, such a good times before, but yeah, now it's just more complicated. Yeah, ray tracing on consoles. Yeah, Unity is also great. Yeah, UE engine is also quite user friendly. Yes, it is, and one thing I'm glad is that I can't wait to see how easy or how hard or how difficult it's gonna be to use Unreal Engine 5 as just a normal person, not as a company, because if I'm able, as someone who doesn't know how to develop games, go in, create an environment, try to play around with something, if I can understand that, you know, with a little bit of help and a little bit of, you know, listening to masterclasses or classes in general regarding game development, I'm gonna do it, because that was always a dream of mine, to go and make a game. Obviously, I'm not gonna make a game because I don't have a knowledge in it, but at least I can go in and try to imagine how it might look like, so you don't know where it's going to go. And on the other side, you have talented people that are going to do something with that demo, in a sense. They will show it to someone and they will get a job, or their game will get picked up by someone. So especially for people who have talent, who want to create worlds or video games, and even animation, because it's going to be more than just a game engine, it's good. You know, it pushes people to be creative in that sense. I don't like how Epic Games is, you know, doing with other stuff with Steam and Valve and that connection with the community, but everything besides that, honestly, it's not that bad. CDPR will probably never use someone else's engine. I think the engine for Witcher 1 was used from, don't remember, but it wasn't originally developed for The Witcher. But yeah, it's BioWare's engine. Yeah, old Aurora engine. Yeah, it's BioWare's engine. But yeah, CDPR developed the new updated engine, well, for first-person shooters, for first-person games. That's why they went all in, because it's not only that the game is optimized for first person, but also the engine is made to be in first person. But yeah, if there are mods available in the game, if those things happen, then definitely we're gonna see mods with third person if it's available. But I know that people will find a way to implement it. Yeah, hot that like button. We'll see. Yeah, they completely rewrote everything. Do you think Bethesda could use this technology in Elder Scrolls? I know that Bethesda is going to pull off something for the next Elder Scrolls. The best way you're going to be able to see it is how Starfield is going to look like. Because when Starfield gets revealed, I want to see how well that game looks. And then they said they're going to upgrade even more for Elder Scrolls, the next Elder Scrolls. And I know there has been some teases about how the game is going to look like and potentially look like. That obviously they're gonna ditch that old stupid engine they have, which is just awful, finally. But yeah, I don't know, like Bethesda is not they don't have a really good track record because they managed to ruin it with their B team that worked on Fallout 76, because Fallout 76 wasn't even developed by their A team and everything around that. People blame Todd Howard for everything, but keep in mind Todd Howard does not influence decisions of the studio and the higher ups. Those people, the CEOs of, you know, the investors, those people pulling the strings. And Todd, partially to blame, yeah, but not only him. Yeah, but we'll see. I hope that Starfield is not in an old engine. If it's an old engine, I'm just gonna skip it, because I cannot stand this engine anymore. All right, let's see. Yeah, there is. Yeah, the Cyberpunk fan film. I know some people asked me to talk about that. It looks gorgeous. It looks amazing. I love it. All cosplay as Johnny. Really nice. I low key really like how Maul looks as Johnny. I don't know, especially because he's more buff in a sense, and Johnny kind of looks like a Punisher / Johnny Silverhand in that. But I really like it. I can't wait for the full film, for the full short film. But damn, like the trailer itself, the choreography is on point. Like the choreography of the fight and the shooting scene in that trailer is what kind of like got me the most excited. You know, it's not gonna be just a short film, but it's actually a short film with passion in it, and it's really good. I'm really happy with what they got in the end. Let's see. Yeah, we have a lot of. Will Valhalla have the same engine? I think so. Yeah. I think it's the same. Obviously, with every new game that they make, they kind of change up the engine, they upgrade it a bit, etc., etc. Now, we've been going on for much longer than actually anticipated, for almost an hour. I will do more of these hangout videos, well, streams. I'll try to do one tomorrow. I don't promise it, but I'll try to do it, because I'm having so much fun actually talking to you. And I also want to do it in different time, because, you know, not everyone is available during, you know, now. I can maybe do it a bit later, maybe a bit sooner. We'll see. But I'll be doing more of this. Thank you so much for joining. I'm honestly having so much fun talking with everyone in the community, and thank you all for coming. Don't forget, I have Twitter, Discord. If you want to continue discussion there around everything we've seen, you can do it there. And if you have any questions, you can drop it on Discord, Twitter, wherever you want, in the comments of my videos. I try to go through most comments. Sometimes I miss some, you know, it's just YouTube has been, like, I want to get this thing out of the way before I finish my stream, is that some people have been saying that I've been deleting their comments. No, YouTube has been holding a lot of comments from people, from regulars, from you, Ali, from Edzone. Your comments have been held for no reason whatsoever, and I have more than 2,000 comments being held right now, and I have to go and click every single one of them manually. And you would say, like, maybe you said something which wasn't allowed. No. You know what the comment says? Oh, it looks great. And the comment is withheld. Why? So YouTube needs to fix that, obviously. So yeah, no, I'm not. I delete only comments that break the rules of my channel. It's not when you disagree with me, it's when you start insulting me or other people in the community. I don't like that. So yeah. Thank you everyone for joining, and I'll see you guys very soon. There is all one video already up. I'll try to do the stream tomorrow, and that's pretty much everything. Bye bye.